Hello children, welcome back to chemistry session. In previous session, we have seen techniques like sublimation and chromatography technique. Sublimation technique is used to separate if one of the component is sublime, then we choose sublimation technique. For example, we separated components of salt and ammonium chloride or camphor. There, camphor or ammonium chloride is sublime and salt is non-sublime. So by sublimation technique, we separated. Next, chromatography technique is used to separate when the mixture has different colors components. Then we choose chromatography technique. By chromatography technique, we can separate components of the ink because ink is made up of different dyes. So by using chromatography technique, we can separate components of the mixture. So these we have seen in last session. In today's session, we are going to talk about separation of miscible liquids. Separation of miscible liquids. What do you mean by miscible liquids? Miscible liquids means the liquids which mix together. So homogeneous liquid-liquid mixture are called miscible liquids. These miscible liquids can be separated by two techniques called simple distillation technique and fractional distillation technique. Techniques like simple distillation and fractional distillation technique. By simple distillation and fractional distillation technique, we can separate miscible liquid-liquid mixture. So when we choose simple distillation technique, here this distillation technique based on the boiling point difference between the two liquids. Suppose let us take a liquid-liquid mixture of acetone and water. Acetone boiling point is, we are talking about boiling point. Boiling point of acetone is 56 degrees Celsius and boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius temperature. When boiling point difference between the two liquids, when boiling point difference between the two liquids is more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature, children, more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature, when boiling point difference between two liquids, then we choose simple distillation technique. For example, it's a mixture of acetone and water. These two are miscible liquids. Boiling point of acetone is 56 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Difference between the boiling point of two liquids is around 34 degrees Celsius temperature. 60 plus 4, 44 degrees Celsius temperature. Here, boiling point difference between two liquids is more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Say boiling point difference between two liquids is more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature, then we choose simple distillation technique. Let us talk about experimental arrangement of simple distillation technique, children. Diagram you can go through the test, children, but I am drawing rough diagram of simple distillation technique. It is something like this. It's a retard and we have to fix distillation flask. Distillation flask for the clamp of the retard stand. It is RB flask or distillation flask, children. outlet flask or distillation flask. This is the short stand. We have to fix this distillation flask or round bottom flask to the clamp of the retard stand, and we have to place this RB flask, round bottom flask or distillation flask over the tripod stand. Over the tripod stand, we should place distillation flask. This is tripod stand. And this distillation flask contains miscible liquid mixture such as miscible liquid mixture such as acetone and water. Acetone and water is a miscible liquid mixture which we have taken in a distillation flask. Now we have to close the distillation flask with a rubber cork. With the help of the rubber cork, we have to close the distillation flask. But this rubber cork has one hole. Through the hole, we have to insert thermometer in the distillation flask. This is thermometer to identify the temperature of the liquid. Temperature of the liquid mixture can identify the thermometer. And near the side of the distillation flask, we have to place levee condenser. It is condenser, children. It is known as Levee's condenser. So this is called water inlet. This arrow mark indicates water inlet and this is water outlet. So this condenser is surrounded by the water. One is inlet and outlet. And with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp, we have to heat the liquid mixture. With the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp, we have to heat the liquid mixture. So this is the experimental arrangement of simple distillation. So we have taken liquid mixture, that is miscible liquid mixture in a distillation flask. We have placed the distillation flask over the tripod stand and we have fixed this distillation flask to the clamp of the retard stand. Clamp of the retard stand, we have fixed distillation flask to the retard stand and we have closed the distillation flask. Mouth of the distillation flask with a cork which has one hole. Through the hole, we have inserted thermometer, and with the help of Bunsen burner or spirit lamp, we have to heat the liquid mixture, and we have inserted condenser. And other end of the condenser, we put a beaker. It's a experimental arrangement of simple distillation technique. On heating the liquid mixture, we notice vapors present in the distillation flask. Vapors are present in the distillation flask. These vapors are passes through the condenser. These vapors are on heating. These vapors are passes through the condenser, and where condensation takes place. Condensation means the process of conversion of vapors to liquids, because this condenser is surrounded by the water. through this water gets passes through the condenser. This water absorbs heat energy from the water vapor and gets water vapor changes into the water. So we can collect pure form of liquid here another condenser. This is a liquid mixture which we have taken in a distillation class. On heating, this liquid mixture changes to vapor state. That means it starts evaporation and the vapor form of liquid mixture enters into the condenser. When it passes through the condenser, where gaseous form of water changes into the liquid water, which is a clear liquid, and this is the way we can get separate liquid mixture. Here, on heating the mixture, on heating the miscible liquids, the liquid which has low boiling point temperature, which can start changes into vapor state. Here, acetone boiling point is 50 degrees Celsius temperature. That's right. The acetone is changes into vapor state, and the vapors are passes through the condenser and it comes to the liquid state. So we can collect pure acetone. We can collect pure acetone in another beaker. And what is remain in the distillation flask? Water is remain in the distillation flask because boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius temperature. We have placed a thermometer in the distillation flask to notice the temperature of the boiling point temperature of the liquids in the mixture. When the temperature of the liquid reaches 50 degrees Celsius temperature, 56 degrees Celsius temperature, we notice that vapors present in the distillation flask. These vapors passes through the condenser and they changes into the liquid state. So this is the way we can get separate miscible liquids by simple distillation technique. So distillation technique involves evaporation. This is called evaporation chamber. Evaporation followed by condensation. So evaporation as well followed by condensation takes place in distillation technique. So this is called simple distillation technique. We choose simple distillation technique when boiling point difference between the two liquids is more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature. And there is another technique that is called fractional distillation technique. So when we choose fractional distillation technique, we choose fractional distillation technique when boiling point difference between two liquids is less than 25 degrees Celsius temperature. For example, fractional distillation technique. For example, miscible liquids are ethanol. Ethanol means ethyl alcohol sugar, ethanol and water. Boiling point temperature of ethanol is 78 degrees Celsius temperature, and boiling point temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius temperature. It is boiling point temperature of ethanol and water. Boiling point difference between the two liquids is 22 degrees Celsius temperature. 22 degrees Celsius temperature means boiling point difference between the two liquids. Difference is 22 degrees Celsius. That means which is less than 25 degrees Celsius temperature. When boiling point difference between two liquids is less than 25 degrees Celsius temperature, then we choose fractional distillation technique. The experimental arrangement of simple distillation and fractional distillation technique is almost same, but in fractional distillation technique we use fractionating column sugar. Let us see the experimental arrangement of fractional distillation technique. They are almost same, but we place fractionating column in fractional distillation technique. Let's see. It's a distillation flask which is filled with miscible liquid mixture, let us say ethanol and water. And we have to insert fractionating column in the distillation flask. It is nothing but fractionating column, children. This fractionating column is made up of number of glass beads. It is known as fractionating column, which is fixed to the clamp of the record stand. And to the side of the fractionating column, we have to place lever condenser. This is water inlet and this is water outlet. So inlet and this is outlet. Just close it. We should fix this to the retort stand. Is called fractionating column. Which is made up of glass beads. So this is the experimental arrangement of fractional distillation technique. We prefer fractional distillation technique when boiling point difference between the two liquids is less than or equal to 25 degrees Celsius. Then we choose fractional distillation technique. For example, miscible liquid mixture of ethanol and water. Boiling point of ethanol is 78 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Difference between the boiling point of two liquids is 22 degrees Celsius, which is less than 25 degrees Celsius. So that for separating liquids like ethanol and water, we have chosen fractional distillation technique. This is experimental arrangement of fractional distillation technique. The difference between the simple distillation and fractional distillation technique is, in fractional distillation technique, we will use fractionating column. Why we use fractionating column in fractional distillation technique? Because here boiling point difference between the two liquids is less than 25 degrees Celsius temperature. That means on heating, both the liquids may get evaporate simultaneously. Because boiling point difference between the two liquids is less. That is the reason why on heating both the liquids get evaporate simultaneously and both the liquids passes through the condenser and get collected in the beaker. So separation may not be takes place perfectly or accurately at that time. So to avoid that problem, we will place fractionating column, because fractionating column is a glass tube which is made up of glass beads. These glass beads provides number of free surfaces. When they provide number of free surfaces, On heating, the liquid changes to vapor state. This vapor sticks to the glass beads and again come back to the liquid. So it will take place number of times. Finally, the liquid which has low boiling point temperature, the low boiling point liquid can passes through the fractionating column and enters into the condenser. Where condensation takes place. Condensation means conversion of gaseous to liquid, and we collect clear liquid in another beaker. So this is the way we can get separate miscible liquids when boiling point difference is less than 25 degrees Celsius. I am repeating children. We will use fractionating column in a fractional distillation technique. This is because this fractionating column is made up of number of glass beads. Glass beads means pieces of glass, which provides number of free surfaces. This number of free surfaces increase the rate of evaporation. When they increase the rate of evaporation, the liquid starts boiling. The liquid changes into vapor state and sticks to the surface of the glass beads. And it repeats number of times. Finally, the liquid which has low boiling point temperature, which can pass through the glass beads and enter into the condenser. So this is the way we can get separate miscible liquid mixture when boiling point difference is less than 25 degrees Celsius by fractional distillation technique. So this is the way we can separate miscible liquid children. So miscible liquids can be separated by two techniques. One is simple distillation, another one fractional distillation technique. We choose simple distillation technique when boiling point difference between the two liquids is more than 25 degrees Celsius. Example, H2O and water. And we choose fractional distillation technique when boiling point difference between two liquids is less than or equal to 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Experimental arrangement in both the techniques are same, but in fractional distillation technique we use fractionating column because fractionating column is made up of glass beads which provides number of free surfaces which increase the rate of evaporation. That's why we will prefer fractionating column in fractional distillation technique. So this is today's session children. I hope you understand today's session. We will meet in next session children. Thank you.